All right, so we're going to ask the difficult question to Pat Myers, Mr. Electric in my book, is, okay, you're not from Ocala, because this is the man I'm calling, but if you're not from Ocala, what should we look for electrician?
So when you're looking for an electrician, you do have a lot of rights. You do have a lot of rights. If the number one thing I always tell my clients is, if someone pulls up in a truck and their license number is not on the truck, start asking questions. That is the big thing. No matter who you hire, make sure they're licensed and insured. And you can ask as many questions as you want, and you don't have to just ask the electrician. You can ask your county municipality, you can ask building departments, you can also look online at DBPR. They're going to tell you what people's license statuses are and if they are fully insured. So you do have a lot of rights. You can ask questions, and I mean, for most people, this is their livelihood. So you want to make sure you're protecting it, and you're protecting the animals the best way you can, because a lot of people don't know what they're doing.
So you wouldn't be offended if I go, well, Pat, are you sure you should be messing with this?
Pete, we're 100% set up for that question. Like I said, education is totally key. We provide a certificate of insurance. We'll provide all of our county certification numbers and our license number. And every one of our trucks has our license number on it. And they all say licensed and insured. So we make sure we take care of our people.
And then you have a bunch of guys. I got the privilege of having Pat Myers himself come out and inspect the barn. What's your guys? I mean, you obviously are an outstanding guy. So when I hire people, I always like, you're a representation of me. So if I'm a good guy and I do things honestly, you've got to do it all. So how do you pick your guys?
So that's very important. We always start our base when we hire people. We want them to be humble, hungry, and smart. We want to make sure that they have a good personality, right? It's just like picking out a good horse. You want to make sure they got a good personality, they're calm, they're relaxed, but still have confidence in what they do. We put a lot of effort into our guys. We have master electricians other than myself that work for us.
Wow.
Journeyman electricians. A lot of our guys have gone through a full 4-year apprenticeship program to learn to make sure that they actually know what they're talking about and what they're doing. And we participate in the apprenticeship program, so the guys that are coming on that don't have the training that they need, we have the ability to send them to school and make sure they get that training.
Wow.
So we always have quality electricians working for us.
Well, just like in the horse world, when I go around helping other trainers, I always can tell the difference between the ones that did about a 6 weeks course with an instructor or spent 6 weeks or 6 months with them, and the ones that spent years with someone. Because I spent years with Pat Pirelli and 3 years on...
It makes a difference.
Yeah, you learn a lot of stuff that goes around. So that's great, 4 years.
4 years of full apprenticeship, and that's on-the-job training. So they have to go to school and they have to work in the field at the same time. So they're learning the theory in the school and then applying it during the day. So it's an important program. We really support the program so that we can train real electricians to come out here and know what they're talking about.
So what's the biggest thing you see doing this? Like, what's your... like with horses, for me, it would be rearing horses or bucking horses or, stuff like that, or won't get on the trailer kind of thing. What is your being an electrician that might help somebody go, hey, I got that issue, I better get an electrician out here?
So the biggest issue is just not knowing what your system is like. People look at their system and they think, yeah, all of the electric works. And a lot of time, just like horse disciplines, not all of them are the same, which means it's the same thing with electricians. You can be a wonderful electrician that builds houses every single day, but you don't know what you don't know. You may not specialize in equine facilities, or you may not be around horses. Like our guys are trained, they know how to be around horses and respect them and know that you don't just walk into a stall or you don't just hold your hand out into a random horse's stall.
Thank you.
You don't drop screws in the aisle and things like that. So all of my guys, all of our people are trained to know how to handle those situations.
And who trains that?
I do.
Oh, well,
I do a lot of
I
that
thought
thing.
your wife would.
So by fault, yeah, I train because my wife has trained me very well. So I'm just next in line because I can apply what I know with the electrical field to what we do in the equine community. So it goes hand in hand, making sure that the people who are working in your barn know about the field that you're in, at least a little bit, so they know how to act around horses and know how to respect your facility.
So you do houses, barns, all that kind of stuff?
So what we don't do new construction.
New construction.
We don't do new construction. We do service. So we handle what customers or homeowners need in their homes, in their barns. We specialize in taking care of people's barns, making sure that they are educated about their facility. As far as the electrical goes, we leave the horses up to you, Pete. We just try and educate people to make sure that they're getting the best out of their home, out of their barn, out of their facility. And
so do you feel that this is a specialty that a lot of electricians don't do, or you wanted to go that way because of your wife?
Yeah.
And you're in Ocala, Florida, the horse capital of the world.
I mean, that doesn't hurt.
That doesn't hurt at all.
It doesn't hurt at all. Definitely something that, my wife is very passionate about. So I spent a lot of time at the barn. And I actually had worked for a gentleman that specialized in these kind of facilities.
Oh, wow.
So I was able to, just like my apprentices, I was able to learn about horses in the evening and then apply it during the day. So when we opened for ourselves, this was very easy for us to move into. And there's a lot of electricians that say, oh yes, we work on barns. And they do work on barns and they do good work, but they may not know how horses act and what to look out for, or how the horse may act around your installation. And I feel like that's where we do specialize in that.
And you're going to say, hey, can you guys come get this horse because this isn't going to work?
Right. We actually have a team working on a large farm today, and they know that, don't show up early because they're using that space for their horses and making sure that they get their horses out nice and calm and we're not disturbing the peace in that way. So yeah, that's something that we feel like we have a little bit of a niche in, so we can take care of your animals too.
Once again, thank you for your time,
Yes, sir.
and hopefully you can do this a lot. I hope you guys got a lot out of this. We'll see you down the road.